Good evening, Mrs. Shea and the Huntingdon Area School District Board of Education, Superintendent Foster, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lane, faculty and staff, parents, friends, and family. On behalf of the Huntingdon Area High School class of 2019, I welcome you to commencement. We have spent the last 13 years of our lives working collectively toward a common goal, graduating. Today is the day we celebrate it. Our class has proven successful in a number of endeavors. Whether on the field, in the theater, or in the classroom, we can be proud of ourselves. It is plain to me that regardless of what path each of us chooses after today, we will find success. This evening's purpose is to remember fondly our years here and to mark the onset of new adventures. In the next few months, many of us will leave Huntingdon to continue our education, enter the military, break into the job market, or just explore new possibilities. I hope we can remember the good times and great friends we had during our time at HAHS. I would like to invite you to have a great time with the class of 2019 as we mark the completion of our public education with this momentous occasion. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Travis Lee, principal of Huntingdon Area High School. This evening, it is my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Dylan Lane. Mr. Lane graduated from Huntingdon Area High School in 1995. In 2000, he earned a degree in psychology with a minor in philosophy from Muhlenberg College in Allentown, Pennsylvania. After college, he moved to New York City, where he worked for several years as a television host and can still be seen on reruns of the game show Chain Reaction. After working on several nationwide automotive marketing tours, Dylan returned to school and earned an associate's degree in wind turbine technology from Clinton Community College in Plattsburgh, New York. Dylan currently resides with his wife and their 2 daughters in Amsterdam, New York. He works as an engineer in the renewables department at General Electric. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Dylan Lane.
Thanks, everybody. Good evening, parents, relatives, teachers, administrators, and staff. And thanks again for inviting me to speak at the 2019 graduation. I want to extend my sincerest congratulations to all the Huntingdon Area High School graduates tonight. Let's give them another round of applause. These guys, this is a big deal, and you really should be proud of yourself. You know, it's, in the immortal words of Alice Cooper, school's out for the summer, school's out forever. For some of you. Some of you have got another 4 years or 6 years or maybe more ahead of you. I don't know. But it should be considered a great success, and it is. But just remember that success is never stable, but neither is failure fatal. Just because you graduated with high honors today doesn't mean that tomorrow you won't face adversity. Nor should it mean that those among you who struggled to graduate today won't actually have a great job 1 year from now. I'd like to tell you the abridged story of 3 Huntingdon Area High School graduates who I consider successful. But first, I'd like to ask you a question. What do you think of when you hear the word success? You think of fame, fortune, or good health, longevity, nice house, nice truck? Or do you think of maybe somebody who just has a happy family life and gives back to their community? I'd like you to think about a classmate that each of you thinks is going to be successful after they graduate. And then I'd like you to take a look at the people around you and try to determine if they're going to meet your measure of success. And then remember that success is never stable, but neither is failure fatal. I graduated 3 other guys from HAHS in 1995, which means I'm old. Yep, that's true. But it also means that I have to have time to watch my fellow graduates succeed and fail. So Huntingdon's a small town. I grew up here, and I know there's a high sense of accountability. So I'm going to change the names of my classmates to protect their identities. And I'm gonna tell their stories. They're kind of true-ish. First of my classmates was very smart, very driven, and he graduated at the top of his class. We're gonna call him Conor Heath. Wait, is there somebody named Conor Heath? I tried to just pick these randomly. Another classmate was, good student, but mostly average, and spent most of her time focused on extracurricular pursuits. We're gonna call her Lindsay Scalaba. That's another, I did it again. And the third classmate graduated, but really never applied himself. And we'll call him Brad Maidens. Sorry. This is all fictional, believe me. All of them had two things in common when they graduated from HAHS. They were graduating that day, and they didn't really have any idea what they wanted to do with their lives. Conor and Lindsay were headed off to college in the fall, so they knew what school that they would be attending, but they really didn't know what they wanted to study when they got there. And Conor knew that he enjoyed studying science, and Lindsay was excited to go to a college that had a good theater program. Well, Brad wasn't really sure what he wanted to do either, and he didn't have plans to attend college, but he was starting to get pretty good at riding motocross at the local track, and he was thinking about maybe giving that a shot. Their successes and failures in high schools weren't always good predictors for their future, because success is never stable and failure is never fatal. So after their senior year, Lindsay and Conor found themselves challenged by their college courses, living with roommates for the first time, taking higher level math courses, and deciding upon a course of study. Brad earned a living on a construction crew locally, and he struggled to become a professional athlete in his spare time. After college, Conor struggled through the rigors of graduate school and his dissertation and thesis in biology. Brad struggled with nagging injuries and the difficulties of maintaining sponsorship on the professional motocross circuit. And Lindsay found out in college that, she was pretty good at theater, and she really enjoyed the big lights of the stage. So she decided to try her luck as an actor in New York City. Brad gave up on his motocross career, and he joined a road repair crew out west. His first day on the job, his foreman asked the crew, who wants to climb rocks and who wants to blow stuff up? And Brad said, I'm going to climb rocks. A few years later, Brad started a company that specialized in making highways safer by actually causing rock slides, called rock slide mitigation. He struggled with running his new business, hiring employees, retaining those employees, and training those employees, and really trying to turn a profit. As part of his PhD studies, Conor literally struggled to track and collar white-tailed deer in Pennsylvania. His research was an integral part of a statewide program that has impacted wildlife management regulations. Conor's research led other states to actually amend their rules on antler point restrictions and have led to a lasting effect on the deer population. To this day, his work continues to frustrate sportsmen and diversify the deer population in Pennsylvania. After years of struggling to keep up with the cost of living in New York City and continuously being turned down for acting roles, Lindsay was ready to pursue any other career. She got one last opportunity to audition for a fledgling music network and almost turned it down. But that last chance turned out to be her big break. Lindsay started co-hosting a live television program and struggled with the unexpected daily confusion of TV. Success is never stable, but neither is failure fatal. So what happened to these graduates from the class of 1995? Where are they today? Well, Lindsay could spend her evenings watching reruns of herself on the Game Show Network, but she went back to school a couple years ago, and she's now working as an engineer specializing in renewable energy. Brad sold his business to one of his competitors, and he's now a multimillionaire. Yeah, he's got quite a bit of free time on his hands and quite a bit of money, too. And so he's searching for his next business opportunity. And Dr. Conor is a tenured professor who continues to study deer. He loves sharing with his students his knowledge of wildlife ecology and his passion for teaching. So remember, graduates, life's always going to be a struggle. Embrace your successes when you can, and don't dwell on your setbacks and failures. Remember to always keep within you the courage to continue, because that will make all of your successes sweeter. and all your failures a little less frustrating. Congratulations.
It is my pleasure to be presenting the learners that have earned the top academic recognitions for the class of 2019 as the Valedictorian and Salutatorian. The Valedictorian of the class of 2019 has been extremely active at Huntingdon Area High School. He has served as president of the Student Council and the Gate Club and has been a part of the Model UN, Mock Trial, Future Problem Solvers, Envirothon, National Quiz Bowl, and soccer teams. He's participated and held leadership positions in clubs such as Key Club, the National Honor Society, Tattoo, and Yearbook. Musically, he has been part of Bells and Bows, Camerata, Jazz Band, and 3 school musicals. Artistically, his 3 permanent mosaic installations will live on at the middle school and high school. Academically, including AP test scores, he has amassed 42 collegiate credits. He will be continuing his education at Gettysburg University, studying political science and environmental studies. At this time, it is my pleasure to congratulate the 2019 HAHS Valedictorian, Conor Heath.
I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are. Takashi Shudo. Here we all stand, together, people of different backgrounds, different family lives, and choosing different paths. Tonight, we all stand in the same room, celebrating the same accomplishment, and I'd like to acknowledge how amazing it is that we are all here tonight, and how in our time in high school, we've accomplished countless feats, including breaking records in sports, creating beautiful art and music, and attending state competitions of many varieties. I'd like to thank my friends for dealing with me, especially in calculus, where I use my signature catchphrase. Mrs. Campbell, could you please repeat everything you just said? And thank you to my family, especially my mom, who is my biggest fighter, and my dad, who's my very loud supporter, and for always encouraging me and pushing me to do my best. And for my brothers, for reminding me that I'm supposed to take care of them when they're old. Andrew, my oldest brother, he's already a fossil. He's 33. I'd like to thank these people, Mr. Elder, for not only being a phenomenal teacher, but being a really cool dude too. Ms. McMath, for sharing all of her time and energy and passion with her students to make our learning environment a much more electric place. We do notice. Mrs. Buckley, for exemplifying what drive and strong will look like. And remember, people are terrified of strong women. Mr. Hiles, for always being invested in your work and your students. Ms. Jones, for being a moral inspiration. And Mrs. Schaefer, for inspiring students every day, for constantly facilitating their talents. The art department would be a wasteland without you, and all art teachers should be jealous. I only have one regret in high school, and that involves Mr. Canner. Mr. Canner is one of the most caring, supportive, passionate, and hardworking people I have ever met. He gives his life to his students and only produces excellence. I regret thinking I couldn't live up to his expectations in band and not giving nearly as much effort as Mr. Canner deserved. Mr. Canner, you are, in fact, the only, if not the main reason I even came to school this year. You are appreciated beyond what words can describe. Thank you for being my teacher. And finally, Mrs. Kurtz, for being one of the most amazing teachers in existence. She puts so much time and effort into her program and the kids in it. She spends countless hours with no extra pay to make our high school experience as rich as possible. She deserves so much credit and praise, and I am sorry that some of your students were too arrogant to see how lucky they were to have you. I would not be standing here today without you. Recently, I was told a story about myself that I didn't even know. Yesterday, actually, Mrs. Snare, one of the guidance counselors, shared her first impression of me, and as it turns out, I walked into freshman orientation the summer before 9th grade, met Mrs. Snare and told her straight to her face, my goal is to graduate as valedictorian, which translated as 8th grade Connor means I'm going to be valedictorian. And when she said that to me, I thought, wow, what a presumptuous jerk. But thankfully, I stand here tonight with the honor of being the 2019 valedictorian, or else Mrs. Snare would never let me live that down. But that shows how much Mrs. Snare remembers her first impressions of all of her students. What's one thing I can say that may stick with an auditorium filled with friends and family? Care. Remember to care. Administrators stop caring about staff's input. Teachers stop caring about students' extracurricular achievement. Students stop caring about the things they do. People stop caring about people. What we need is for everyone to care, even a little bit. We don't need everyone to love everyone, or do everything perfectly, or even save the world single-handedly. We just need everyone to care a little. Care like Sammy Roth and Bridget Lake cared about their blood drives. Care like Miss Jones cares about her students, her nonprofit, and her teaching. When we leave here, do small things that make you proud and make a difference. You have your whole life ahead of you. Live your life to the fullest and fill the world with passion and care. Graduate and be proud of who you are. Thank you.
The Salutatorian of the class of 2019 has also had a busy tenure while at Huntingdon Area High School. She is the class vice president, a champ captain, and has served as a member of Key Club, Tattoo, Press Club, Student Council, Yearbook, and the track team. She participated in this year's musical and chorallaires. She has been a member of the Huntingdon Area Dance Academy for 14 years and is a frozen custard manager at the Meadows. While at Huntingdon, she has earned 13 collegiate credits. She will be continuing her education at Penn State University, University Park, studying organizational and professional communications. Please join me in congratulating the 2019 HAHS Salutatorian, Morgan Banks.
Well, now I have two really good speeches to follow, so I hope I can do them justice. So like everyone else you'll hear from today, I would really like to start by congratulating the class of 2019. It really is quite an accomplishment to be here today. I had 2 days to write this speech, and I really had no clue what to talk about, and quite frankly, I'm still not so sure. But what I do know is that today is the day we've been working towards for 13 years now, and it's finally here. Looking back, when they said to cherish the moment, we never thought it would go that fast. We walked in through those high school doors as freshmen, excited for the next 4 years of pep rallies, Friday night lights, choir and band concerts, and school dances. We never thought those days would fly by, but they did, and here we are, about to take our next big step into the world. But this small town has shaped each and every one of us in some way. Just yesterday at the award ceremony, I got emotional looking at how much everyone has accomplished in our class. But not everyone got an award. But life is not measured in awards. Yesterday did not determine what we are capable of, and neither does today or tomorrow. We determine for ourselves what our limits are. Intelligence is not measured by awards, and life is measured by memories and personal accomplishments. Each and every one of us excels in something different, whether it be academics, athletics, mechanics, service, etc. We may not know today what our calling is, but somewhere down the line we will discover our passion, and in that, discover ourselves. None of us are limited by what others say we can do. To all of you attending a college, I applaud you, for your education is something that can never be taken away from you. To anyone joining our military, We cannot thank you enough for the service that you will provide to our country. To all joining the workforce, I admire the courage that you have to take the skills that you already possess and put them to use. And to those taking a gap year, I admire that you go against the societal norm that says to go and get a bachelor's immediately after high school, and that you made a wise decision to take a moment and breathe. I cannot stand up here and pretend that I got to where I am now by myself. For me personally, I know that without faith in God and His plan, I would be extremely lost right now. I have always been raised to give glory to Him, and I'd like to thank my mom especially for teaching me those important values and morals. Without you, Mom, none of this would be possible, and I would not be the woman that I am today. You have inspired me and taught me through example how to be kind, patient, compassionate, funny, independent, and stubborn. To the teachers who are not recognized nearly enough, we would like to thank you all. There are so many of you who go above and beyond what is expected of a typical teacher. For each of us, that person is different. I would like to especially thank Miss Jones and Mrs. Buckley for being those teachers for me. I'd also like to thank Mrs. Felton and Officer McBride for being my parents away from home. All four of you have been there for at least one of my mental breakdowns, so I figured you at least deserve to be recognized tonight, although that cannot nearly do you enough justice. I'd like to thank Maureen, our school secretary, who has been one of my biggest supporters the last 2 years. Every day when I would come in for my college class, she would always be there to put a smile on my face. No words can truly describe the impact you have all had on my life. Without teachers and faculty like you who allow us to feel comfortable in their classrooms, students would not thrive. None of us are meant to do the same thing, and none of us can be sure about what we are going to do. But every one of us has a role to fulfill in this world. Every one of you is knowledgeable and passionate about something different, and regardless of what that be, pursue it. And regardless of the obstacles that you will face in the future, find what you are passionate about and run with it. Thank you.
It is great to come together as a class, as a school, and as a community to recognize the Huntingdon Area High School class of 2019. This momentous time marks the conclusion of the high school career and the beginning of what lies ahead. I appreciate all who are in attendance this evening, including family, friends, faculty, and community members, in order to show support for this graduating class. Over the past 2 years, I've seen this group of students grow into mature young adults. If you were able to attend the award ceremony for them yesterday morning, you got to hear about many of their academic accolades. In addition, members from this group have displayed many varied talents in the areas of their musical ability, artistic displays, and athletics. Many learners have excelled in these areas and consistently performed at a high level, which has represented the school and our community very well. One thing that I hope is not overlooked from this class is that there are many strong leaders, and some that show this in different ways. As school principal, I got to take a more active role in assisting some of our clubs and activities this year. There are many learners that I could name individually for their leadership skills, but there are 3 individuals that I would like to specifically recognize. They are Lissy Kinder, Sean McLaughlin, and Conor Heath for their leadership roles in the FFA, National Honor Society, and Student Council respectively. I greatly appreciate the work and guidance that they took on in maintaining and strengthening these organizations. Collectively, their dedication, organizational skills, and leadership could not be matched by many adults, and our school community is a better place for having them at the helm of these important activities. So thank you. In addition, we've had many from this group willing to take on simple tasks, be it helping the custodial staff transform a full stage into a blank slate for a recital in a matter of minutes, displaying random acts of kindness that may seem small but are truly meaningful, helping the school's backpack program thrive through various fundraisers, or by showing commitment to learning in different ways, such as through our Connect program. Please know that this work and these contributions did not go unnoticed. Another form of leadership that this class displays is their commitment to service for our country. The number of individuals that have expressed a commitment to serving through roles in the military or law enforcement is astounding. We have 10 graduates this evening that have already enlisted or been accepted into military programs. I would like to recognize these individuals this evening. Please stand when I call your name and remain standing until all names are called. In the Air Force, Noah Lewis, Luke Stevens, and Ashlyn Sukon. In the Army, Ryan Laser-Hahn. The Marine Corps, Hunter Rohn and Josh Zimmerman. The U.S. Coast Guard Academy, Jake Wagner. The University of Kansas Air Force ROTC, Mallory Sellers. And the Citadel Navy ROTC, Andrew Finkel. I know that our country will be a better and safer place for your future service. Please give these graduates another round of applause. Finally, I feel that it's important for me to impart at least one word of advice to the graduating class. What I ask of you as you move forward in your lives is to, at certain times, reflect upon the process of life. Yes, life will bring highs and lows. We live in a society that often judges you, and often unfairly, by your best and worst moments. But there is a lot of living and learning that continuously takes place between those moments. Therefore, be sure to be intentional about periodically pausing, taking note, and reflecting about the process of life. It's okay to make mistakes, you certainly will, but learn and grow from them. You will face important decisions and encounter issues that you may not be prepared for, but if you are committed to learning and growth, and as our guest speaker stated last evening, committed to staying on the right path, then you will become a better, happier, and more fulfilled individual. In conclusion, class of 2019, I hope that you will carry on the strong tradition as a new member of the Huntingdon Area High School alumni. I hope that you are proud to be a Bearcat. I know that I'm proud to be a Bearcat and that I'm proud of you. So thank you. Please welcome Mrs. Danielle Shea, President of the Huntingdon Area School District Board of Education, for the official pronouncement of graduation.
See, I knew that was going to happen. Congratulations, graduates. Now, by the power vested in me as the president of the Huntingdon Area School Board of Education, I now proclaim you graduates of Huntingdon Area High School. You may now come forward and receive your diplomas.
Dakota Riley Weglars. Morgan Hannah Banks. Olivia Nicole Wilson. Haley Marie Scott. Sean Thomas McLaughlin. Connor Joseph Robert Heath. Sergio Arturo Ramirez Sesma. Logan Don Allen. Ethan Douglas Anders. Benjamin Scott Atherton. Noah James Bender. Mackenzie Bennett. Chad David Brindle, Jr. Gabrielle Paige Brown.
Brianna Elise Fagan. Brianna May Edwards. Andrew James Edwards. Justin Trey Dial. Michaela Bryn Cummings. Victoria Simone Conrad. Matthew Thomas Coleman. Kaylee Faith Coder. Atticus Tecumseh Clark. Draven Calderwood Zook. Ryan Glenn Bumgardner. Jade Elizabeth Broombaugh. Mikkel L. Brown. Jacob Porter Brown.
Alyssa Lee Philman. Andrew Michael Finkel. Katie Ann Freeberg. Dana Gallagher. Andrew Christian Garman. Jacqueline May Gogler. Rebecca S. Gearhart. Madeline Amy Gladfelder. Kayatan Skylar Glenny. Kylie Elizabeth Glorioso. Allison Ashley Goldstone. Haley Nicole Goldstone. Angeline Nicole Grove. Rachel Elizabeth Gwynn.
Ryder Kosick. Camden Node. Brennan Thomas Kissel. Elizabeth Erica Kinder. Zane Mackenzie Kazmarski. Lauren Taylor Eidinger. Melissa Renee Huntsman. Andrew Michael Hootie. Bradley Mark Haupt. Austin Tyler Hoffman. Lucas Stephen Himes. Tyler Andrew Hess. Lauren Nicole Harris. Sierra Rose Hanlon.
Emily Shannon Kurtz. Allison Grace Kuiper. Owen Michael Lane. Madison Paige Langenbach. Ryan Hahn. Destiny Nicole Faith Lear. Kyler Calvin Lighty. Caitlin Elizabeth Lemin. Sierra Nicole Leonard. Andrew Christopher Lewis. Noah R. Lewis. Taylor Shane Long. Marshall Hunter Lowe. Bradley Paul Maidens.
Hayden Nicole Norvell. Austin Cole Norris. That's my brother! Amanda Lee Norris. Ian M. Negri. Timothy Myers. Paige Jeremy Myers. Kyle Robert Hauk Myers. Jaylyn Reed Mitchell. Kylie Jo Elizabeth Miller. Grace Elizabeth Miller. Leah Noel Millard. Gracie May McKinney. Cheyenne Lane McGinnis. Marcia Catherine McClure.
Chrislyn Michelle Patrick. Hunter Robert Peterson. Kaylee May Grace Pickhock. Leah Noel Price. Regan Denise Quarry. Ryan Stephen Quarry. Thomas Allen Rehart. Drew Aiden Reynolds. Hunter Luke Roan. Nicholas Joseph Rigby. Nellie Francis Romecki. Lindsay Rose Shalaba. Mallory Grace Sellers. Chef Dawood Kuyos Sheeter.
Marissa Nicole Swanger. William Finley Selesky. Ashlyn Brooke Sukon. Monica Ashley Stromer. Amanda Lane Stone. Olivia Brianne Stinson. Lucas Allen Stevens. Levi Wayne Steele. Aaron Kelly States. Anna Kathleen Snook. Caden Michael Sims Basil. Olivia Victoria Simpson. Kiera Olivia Lee Shook. Lindsay Christine Sherlock.
Patrick Christopher Matthew Sweet. Casey Nicole Trexler. Jacob Edward Wagner. Emily Ann Walters. Darian K. Watson. Timberly Ray Wirtz. Desiree Nicole Sorensen. Thomas Eugene Weitzel III. Richard Earl Widman. Johnny Williams. Lucas Michael Wilson. Madison Joe Wilson. Robert Thomas Wilson. Tristan Thorne Wilson.
Joshua David Zimmerman. Nicholas David Yoder. Seth Garrison Yoakum. Camden Trey Yablonsky. Kendra Lisa Worthy. Victoria Paige Weiser. Jasmine Marie White. Raina Lynn Wise.
Let's have another round of applause for the class of 2019. The singing of the farewell song has been a tradition at Huntingdon Area High School for over 100 years. At this time, I would like to invite our senior vocalists to come forward to present the farewell song.
Our commencement activities are drawing to a close. We, the class of 2019, must take part in one final HAHS tradition. Though it is evident that learning will never stop, we must now draw this chapter of our education to a close. As we move the tassel from the right side of the mortarboard to the left, it symbolizes the completion of 13 years of education. The past holds many memories. We can all look back on special moments in our lives. This, my friends, is one of those special moments. I ask you to take a look around you and remember this day, for this is the last time we will be together as a class. It is a memory to be cherished. Now, I ask my fellow classmates to stand proudly and join me in the turning of the tassel from the right to the left side. Thank you, and congratulations on your first evening as Bearcat alumni.